Welcome everybody to the Flagship Mothership Friday 90 Day Fiance Friday show with George and Gina and Shabooty. What's cracking?
What's up, everybody? What's up?
Not much. What's up? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It's my birthday weekend, guys. Tomorrow's my birthday. I don't know if I mentioned
Really?
that to
It's not
y'all.
only your birthday weekend, it's my birthday weekend.
Oh, it
So
is your birthday weekend, so we're like birthday twins. Yeah,
Oh,
so
happy
almost.
birthday.
thank you. Thank you, guys. I
Thank
had a
you.
trip. I had a trip planned, but some scheduling issues took place, so now my birthday trip is not happening right now. It is still happening, but at a later date. So I'm a little upset, but it's not gonna stop me from getting drunk and having a good weekend though.
True. Mine's in a couple weeks, so we're all like similar timing though.
Oh, is it? Okay. So what's your plan for your birthday? Because I think I'm gonna be in Vegas soon on a trip. So I'm trying to gauge where everybody's gonna be.
Mine's not as fancy as Vegas, but I'm gonna go to like a Boston Red Sox game.
Oh, that sounds cool. Is that baseball? That's baseball, right?
Baseball.
That's baseball.
And
Yeah, yeah.
then I may meet up with Mark if he's around. Mark the pilot.
Oh, maybe he can fly you to Vegas. Right? Right? See, do you see what I did there? Maybe he can take you
Mhm.
and Mina to Vegas for your birthday. See,
Yeah,
the only reason why I would have a friend that has an airplane is so they can fly me places. Is that wrong? Is it wrong? I don't know. But I'm just, if I had a friend and they had an airplane, then I'm gonna be flying places for free all the time.
yeah. If he can get me on a private flight to Vegas, I'm not gonna say no.
I mean, just bring it up casually in conversation. Like, hey, you had a nice wedding. Also, fly me to Vegas. It's my birthday. You know, like very casual, very casual.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully that'll be cool because Mark he's very nice and kind. So who knows?
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be difficult to get something out of Mark because he's like a people pleaser. He's a nice guy. He moved Mina all the way over here, and then he also sold his house that had a runway in the backyard just so he could move to make her happy. So yeah, I think that he's a super nice dude because he had a runway in his backyard and he sold that just because his wife didn't like it. So he's a nice guy.
True. So yeah, that's what's going on. He's a very nice guy. Speaking of not nice people, one of our like hardcore listeners. Now the question is, do I name them or not name them? Um, So basically, we got this hardcore listener, and then she sent me the nastiest DM ever, which included insults to me, insults to Liz. And then this listener knows who she is, but I just want to say to anyone, if they think my adoration of Liz is cringe on any level, I invite you to stop listening to the podcast. Trust me, we will not lose any sleep. Go and listen to the boring other 90 Day podcast, and then we're gonna stick to doing our thing. So put the respect on the 90 Day Fiance Fridays name is all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I mean, I did see the DMs.
Hmm.
And, I was a little shocked at the way it was worded. Elena said it wasn't me. It wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, I feel like we're all friends here, so I was a little surprised
It
at
was
the way
it was
it.
one of our it was a Patreon supporter too.
I know, right? Like I don't know. I was really surprised. I didn't know what to say, and yeah, I didn't know how to react to it. It also wasn't to me, so I didn't really like go off. But it was a little much for me.
I think when people listen to the podcast, they think, it's like when you're in their ear for 3 hours a week or something, all of a sudden they start talking to you like like you're their family member or something. And it's like, hold up, we're not that close, so watch what you say.
Yeah, that is how I talk to my besties. I do say because I say really mean things, but sometimes it's like for their own good. But
Mhm.
like you said, we're close like that, like because we have that relationship. So if I want to tell them that they're doing something that I don't like, I can do that because we have that close relationship, and we're not going to take offense to it because we know that we can be harsh to each other because that's part of our friendship.
Mhm.
No, my friends told me if and when they ever get married, they're taking me to bridal dress shopping because I will tell them the God honest truth if a dress looks ugly on them. I'm gonna be one of those bitches that sit on the couch at Clydefeld's or whatnot and be like, no, that looks horrible on you. You look like a fucking garbage bag. Take that fucking shit off.
True. And then so let's just annoy this listener some more. So let's talk about my favorite subject, Liz. So did you I know she posted the photo when she was bartending, and I was taken. We don't need to get too in the weeds of her business, but at the same time, I was taken aback because you can obviously see her wearing a ring in the photo. She was not hiding it very well, so I was surprised that she was flashing the ring in her public photo.
I mean, yes, I'm very shocked because as we've mentioned prior, Liz will be appearing on something in the future. So the idea that she's not denying, I mean, she hasn't necessarily confirmed anything, but
Mhm.
taking a picture where the ring is fully visible is kind of a confirmation in my book. So it's a little reckless, right? It's a little reckless of her to be doing that because when you're gonna appear on something in the future and there's like a narrative of what you're gonna be doing in that, this
Yeah.
could be very counterproductive to what's gonna be portrayed in that narrative. So yeah, I think it was really reckless of her to do, but I don't judge her or whatever. Like maybe since she had just gotten engaged, she didn't realize, how something is new, right? So something new, you're not used to wearing a ring on that finger, so maybe it didn't dawn on her like, oh, I could have actually used my other hand, or I could have put the cup in front of it. Like maybe she didn't think about it because when you're not engaged and then you are engaged, that's new. So it's new on your finger. So maybe she didn't realize we could see it.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is like, I'm not to bring up like her and the days when she was with Ed, but like, I'm pretty sure if I can recall correctly, like when I met her in Vegas, I'm pretty sure she was like flashing a ring, but it was the opposite. Like when she was flashing a ring in Vegas, this is a couple years ago, it was to pretend that she was still with Ed. So it was the reverse bamboozle.
Oh, so it was to trick people.
So
Well,
that she was still with Ed, yeah.
well, what
I
if?
used to do that when I used to go out, so people would leave me the fuck alone.
Well, that doesn't work, Gina. Sometimes guys see a ring as a challenge. So that doesn't always work because the guy's like, oh, she thinks she's happy. Wait till she meets me. Because that's how like some guys are. So that actually
Not
might.
with my attitude.
Oh, were you one of those like get out of my face girls? Wait,
Yes, I
no.
was.
Pink wrote a song about it. Is she remember the song Pink had? She's like you in your hand, and it was basically a song telling guys that I don't want you, basically. So yeah, you were one of those.
Oh, I thought it was that song that went like, "Oh, there you go, looking pitiful." I'm
No,
like, yeah.
no, you went too far back. That's going to her black girl days. We're not in her black girl days. We're in the white pink days where she had you in your hand tonight. That's the where she goes to a bar and every time a guy approaches her, she tells him to get out of my face, you idiot. It's that song.
Yeah, because I would just want to drink and have a good time with my girlfriends. Get out of my face. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not dealing with your drunk ass, and I know what you want, so get away from me.
Well, I do think it's really funny that men think that women are always looking for a man. Like a woman can't go out just for her birthday or she can't go out just to have fun. She's always in pursuit of a man. And I was like, what makes men think that every moment of every woman's life they're looking to get married? I was like, what if she just wants to go out and have some fun and drink and go to the movies or go eat? Like every event doesn't end with her getting married or plowed. Like because men have like a weird mind where they're like, "Oh, there's a woman here. Let me go introduce myself to her because that's what she's here for." What the hell? Like, well, she might just be here to have fun. Like it's a weird thing.
True. Oh man. Anyway, I just got like I was trying to find this like viral video, but when you search it on Twitter, I just accidentally saw something gross. So never mind. Let's just move along.
Oh, you gotta be really careful. Search and stuff. That's why when people tell me they're like, "Hey, Google this," or "Do you know what this is?" and I'm like, "Why?" Because I don't know what's gonna come up, and you never know because there's like code words for stuff. So you'll put in a search term and it's something horrific, and now you have nightmares. So
Yeah,
yeah, you got to be very careful.
I put in the term Red Bull can, And all of a sudden I saw I was trying to find this viral video of this chick that was like mixing a drink and like opening a Red Bull can with the bottom of another Red Bull can, kind of like a bartender would do. And then
Oh,
but apparently if you look up Red Bull can you see, on Twitter you're gonna accidentally see some dude's dong next to a Red Bull can. So
Jesus.
anyway,
See, that's why you just can't be putting search terms into anything anymore. Because that's the last thing I thought would have came up. That's what I said. Like you just got to be really careful nowadays when you're searching stuff.
yeah, so anyway, that like threw me off. Anyway, let's go back to my top pre-written topics. Let's go. I think we're done with Liz, and obviously we're excited to see what happens in her 90-day future. Um, all right, so then the next topic was Hany, aka Annie, aka Brenda. She responded to Shekinah, aka Plastic Face.
Oh, are they still going at it? What? I mean, I guess the tell all is still fresh. So
Yeah,
this
so
is like,
you gotta keep the spiciness going.
yeah, you got to keep that 15 minutes going. So what are they saying now? Because they've
So
been going at it for a while.
let me read Hany's message. And again, the English isn't perfect, but I'll read it anyway. It says, oh, and by the way, this is if people aren't like, if you didn't listen, I mean, if you didn't watch Tell All Part One, the big kind of kerfluffle was I guess Shekinah DM'd Amani asking if Hany, aka Annie, was possibly like trans. So that's what the fight was about. So this is what Annie responded with. She says, "Oh my God, with all this tell-all, people write me very nice things in terms of support. I really have nothing against being called trans because trans people are beautiful. But if you say it in terms of offending me, babe, don't mess with me because I have a bigger mouth than you, and not because of your enormous lips that you removed. And if it bothered you that Amani exposed you, I could have exposed you from the moment you wrote it, and I stayed silent. At least I deserved an apology, but you don't know how to ask for one." And rant.
Oh. I mean, yeah, it was used in a derogatory way. Like it wasn't like asking, "Oh, is it this?" No, you were trying to say it like, "Oh, I can't tell if the girl you're with is a man or a woman." That's not nice, right? And it's crazy that she kind of said that in a DM to somebody that she doesn't really know, right?
Mhm.
Like I don't know, it kind of says a little bit about Shekinah for me, like she comes across as because she noticed her promo for the tell all. She was like, I don't know how I got all these people riled up. I'm just little old Shekinah and I'm just really nice and I don't bother anyone. And then we hear that she's calling trans people or she's questioning people's sexuality and people's DMs, and we're like, you don't seem very nice to me. You don't seem very nice.
Yeah, like I don't know. And then you know how like the saying like a broken clock is right twice a day or something.
That is, yeah, that is a saying.
Yeah, so like there was I think like Meatball Danielle posted some video and it kind of was going at Shekinah, kind of defending Amani, and I agreed with it, but I still didn't want to share the video. I'm trying to remember what the point she was trying to make though, but it was about the DMs. About like I forget what she said, but there's a video, long story long, there's a video with Meatball Danielle, and she was actually making a very valid point that I hated to agree with. So
I mean, every now and then an idiot can be right, So it's very rare that it happens, but sometimes even the worst possible people can make a good point. It does happen.
Well,
So
she
mhm.
kind of made a good point last week when she said, probably the only time, that Joan should have more respect for Greg's mom. She's living under her roof.
well, yeah, that was true. She should, but at the same time, Shekinah's Shekinah, so nobody knows.
Exactly,
No one
exactly.
noticed.
It was the only time. That was the only time she made sense.
Well, yeah, usually she's eating a stick of butter and getting married in a bed. So when she does do something correct, people usually miss it because they're more so like worried about why she's doing the other stuff. So yeah.
Mhm. True. So, okay, I guess we could bust through that. So, I guess I don't know if it's the biggest news story of the week, but it's one of them. So it looks like Big Mike and his girlfriend Sarah are expecting a baby.
Yeah, I mean this kind of is the biggest story of 90 Day. It's been a slow week, right? The tell all was not everything it was cracked up to be. Hunt for Love was not a Tom Cruise show. So I think
I
Big Mike
told you all about the tell-all. I'm like, don't hold your breath.
Well, I was excited for what I thought we were gonna get, but Big Mike and his girlfriend Sarah have won the award for the biggest story, 90 Day Fiance news story this week. They're expecting a baby, and we've been kind of watching from afar Mike and how he's been really quiet. He's been in a decent relationship, and he's staying out of the public eye. And then all of a sudden, he drops this nuclear bomb on us, and he's like, oh, by the way, we're having a baby. And one of the tweets that I saw about it on Twitter, they were like, oh, Natalie must be losing her shit right now, because remember, the only thing Natalie ever wanted was for somebody to give her a baby. She didn't care who it was. It literally could have been any random man, but she wanted a baby, and Mike refused to do that for her because obviously she's a complete whack job. And now he is having a baby, so everyone is like, she's probably running around her one bedroom apartment throwing things and screaming at this moment, right?
You're probably like tracking down the Sperminator guy from 90 Day.
Oh, Kyle Gordy. Yeah,
Yeah.
if she really wanted a baby, he would give her one. He would give anybody one. There's literally no criteria that he would not work with for
Mm.
giving people babies. So yeah, if she really, really wanted one, she could have one. But honestly, I don't think Natalie, I don't like to say this, but I don't think Natalie should actually have a baby.
Reproduce?
Yeah, like it's not that I don't think she would be a good mom or anything like that. I just think that we don't need any more of Natalie's DNA in this world, because it needs to be studied like in a lab, but not like reproduced,
Like
right?
they need to take her DNA and treat it like Magneto in the Marvel movies and put it behind like a glass casing.
Yes, yes, that and reinforced glass casing
Yeah.
with lasers and beams, and anyone who tries to get into that will be neutralized, right? Like we just need to study it from afar. We don't need it running around in any other variation around the world. We just need to know, why is it like this and how can we stop it from mutating,
And
right?
then and then we just gotta like map out the DNA and then put it on top of and then print it out on the front of a cluster cereal box because she truly is Natalie. Oh.
Nutty, cinnamon toast Natalie. She's insane. So I was hoping that she was gonna respond in some way to the news, but as far as I could tell, she hasn't said anything.
Mhm.
And it not doesn't mean that she's not upset. I know she's pissed. I know that she's been stalking Mike since they've been together. She's probably still stalking Josh. But yeah, that's the biggest story. And congratulations to Big Mike and Sarah on their, first of all, their relationship, because we all wanted Mike to be happy after what he went through with Natalie, and he is. And now he's starting the family. And we know his mom Trish was really excited about Mike finally having a baby because she wanted to be a grandma. So congratulations to our favorite 90 Day mom, Trish. And if you don't remember Trish, she's the person that Natalie thinks called her a hooker at Thanksgiving dinner. So, and I kind of think she probably did because Natalie is a hooker, but Trish says she didn't. But I'm just saying.
Hmm. And then one thing I noticed though in the comment section, and again, I'm happy. I like Sarah, and I'm happy for Big Mike and all that. And I'm friends with like like Instagram friends with Sarah. But anyway, the one thing people were saying like some people were saying like they announced like extra early or something because I think it's what is it? I'm trying to look at the caption that I wrote. So I think the expected due date is like February 2026, and people were saying like it's kind of early to announce it. What do you think about that?
Wait, February 2026? So wait, how early on? Yeah, I think that when it comes to
3 months.
how many?
It's 3 to 4 months. 3 to 4 months
Well, can
where you can.
somebody do some math? Like, how long is February 2026 from now?
All right, let me see.
July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 5, 6, 7, 8. I just did my gazintas.
Okay, 219 days.
It's 7 months from now.
7 months. Okay, so they're 2 months. No, I think that you can announce anything after 6 weeks.
Mhm.
Anything before that, I think it's bad luck to say anything outside of like family. But I think after 2 months, I mean, most people wait until about 3 months before
Mhm.
they make an
Yeah, three
announcement.
months.
But as long as, because there's the superstition of you announce it too early and then something could happen to your pregnancy health wise. So the superstition is you wait at least 60 days before you tell anybody. Like that's the superstition. I was raised in Louisiana, so we have like a weird superstitions like that. But
No, it's not a superstition because like that's like kind of like the safe zone type of thing I thought after 3 months.
well, yeah,
Like
the
it's
likelihood of something going wrong in the pregnancy after 3 months it goes down a lot. The percentage goes down a lot.
hmm
So, because there's a lot of issues that can arise within the first month or 6 weeks or whatever of a pregnancy.
well, I know somebody like who miscarried after like 5 months or 6 months. So it's just like it was it was not meant to be, but at the same time, like 3 months, 3 to 4 months is a safe number.
True.
Well, I'm happy for them, and I hope that everything goes well with the pregnancy. And do you have any idea if Mike is ever gonna film again? Because that's what I was wondering. Because
Like the one thing the intel I know is whether he's going to film or not, or whether he's interested in filming or not. The issue is Sarah is not interested in filming. So
oh, so happy wife, happy life. So we
yeah.
know the answer.
hmm
She's not interested, and I don't blame her. The 90 Day Fiance universe can be a lot.
Yeah.
So I do understand her worry, and especially they're bringing a baby into the world. And look at all the shit Amani has been getting. People have been talking crap about Amani and her being a parent. It's a lot. I totally get it. You want to avoid, any unnecessary negativity in your life. So Sarah, I understand where you're coming from.
True. Yeah. So, but either way, congratulations. Oh, and then speaking of Imani, this was not on my list of topics, but I I purposely didn't post the video, but there was a video on TikTok, and let me just capital letters like allegedly, where it was from like I don't know if it was an Instagram live or a TikTok live, but either way, the recording was on TikTok, and I guess allegedly, it was probably posted on Reddit too, but anyway, allegedly like Matt and Imani were on live, and then you hear her off camera saying like they can't see me anyway, so it doesn't matter what I do, and then you hear like a snorting sound.
Yes, I also heard about this.
hmm
I didn't see the live,
Hmm.
but I did hear about this, and I've been looking online to try to find a video of it, and I wasn't able to find it.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm gonna tell you something that I noticed, right? This is strictly my opinion, my observation. I don't know if it's true, but I was scrolling through TikTok. This was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and Matt from the Thruple was on TikTok Live, and whatever. And I noticed that he was, what's the best word? Like twitching.
Hmm.
Like, how when someone is like, it seems like they're itchy all over their body and they're like moving weird and they're twitching,
Yeah.
almost like tweaking.
Uh-huh.
And he was doing this like throughout the whole live, and he was very, very like wired, and he was talking really fast. And in
Mhm.
my opinion and observation, when people behave that way, it's because they're high on something, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And I was like, huh. And he just kept like scratching like everywhere, like his head, his arms, his chest. Like, and I was like, he's acting really weird, for a live. And
The,
then and
the,
then when I heard about this video and what they allege Amani was doing, I was like, "Whoo, that's weird," because that's what I was alleging that I thought Matt had done in that video. So it kind of aligned, right? Like I was like, "Well, that would make sense based on what I saw."
True. And then the only thing I'll say additionally, and again, I'm not saying that this is what's going on by any means, but the only thing I'll add to it is like, it is interesting how like, and I'm not saying this is even related in any way, shape, or form, and this is just a superficial observation, but it is interesting how like Matt always has like a very bright red nose too. I don't know if that's connected in any way, shape, or form.
Oh,
Like
I
he's
mean,
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer or something.
he does have a red nose. Well, look, let me Google it because now I don't know. I don't know if that means anything.
Hmm.
Your nose. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna see if Google has any.
Well, you could ask ChatGPT like
Oh yeah, ChatGPT is
what does like
better.
having a red nose like mean in terms of
Uh, I know what it means. It
What
means
does it mean?
someone's been snorting a little bit too much of something.
Yeah. Oh, I'm about to ask Chat GPT.
Yeah, I was like, let's ask ChatGPT, and see if there's any relation between the two. But I have noticed it.
Okay, so again, I'm not saying this is what's going on, and this is now at this point. Let's just pretend like we're not talking about them. We're just speaking in general. So let's see. This is what ChatGPT says. I'm not saying this is what's going on with any 90 Day people. We're just this is an entertainment show. This is allegedly. We're just having a conversation, speaking in general terms. So this is what ChatGPT says. It says a red nose in the context of drug use can indicate a few things depending on the substance and situation. Here's what it might mean. One, cocaine or meth use, parentheses, snorting. Snorting drug,
Hmm.
cocaine or meth irritates the nasal passages, often causing redness, inflammation, and even nosebleeds. Long-term use can lead to chronic nasal redness or damage to the septum.
Mm.
And
I
then
mean,
the other one, though, is probably what I've heard more readily, which is alcohol abuse. Heavy alcohol use can lead to rosacea or permanently enlarged blood vessels, often showing up as red, bulbous nose, historically called drinker's nose or rhinophyma, though the term is more complex medically. That I've definitely heard of before. So.
yeah. Oh wow. Um, One of the comments says this person's ex-husband was a cokehead and he had a red nose and constantly running and snot constantly running out his face. He was doing at least $350 worth a day. Jesus Christ. That's insane. How much? That's a lot of money. His sinuses were pretty much destroyed. And then Pineapple Girl says, how did we ever survive without ChatGPT? That's a really good question. I mean, Google was holding it down for ChatGPT. So Google walked so ChatGPT could run because we did rely on Google for a lot of years. But you're right. I don't know how we like survive without just having a definite place to ask a question and get a definite answer. I don't even know how we did it.
True. So yeah, that's the rumor around there, but I purposely did not repost the video that was flying around just because like it is a sense.
Wait, so I wanted to see the video because I didn't see it. I just saw like when I went on Reddit, there was a screenshot and then it was like caption. I wanted to hear it and see it, so send it to me. I won't send it to anyone, I promise. But I just want to see it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I don't have it like at my fingertips, but I'll try to find it and send it to you. But I purposely didn't repost it just because like it's a I don't want to like you know how nasty the community is, so I don't want to like spread the rumor just to be you know what I mean, like whatever.
Well, yeah, Amberlee's like y'all act like you've never known an addict. I mean, I I've known them, but not like they weren't like super close to me. Like I've never had like I never dated anyone that was an addict. So like I don't know like the sure tell signs. Like I would need a little help understanding it because I don't have anybody like super close that was.
True. So that's a little side topic that wasn't on my topics list, but we can move on, I think. Let's see. Let me go back to my topics list, and then our next one is, oh yeah, this is so Sarper and Shekinah finally blocked me.
Yeah, so Shakarper, they blocked you, and I'm trying to understand why because you've never really because I've been pretty vocal about how much I can't stand either one of them. I'm trying to understand what you did because
Mm.
you don't really ever have an opinion of them either way. So I'm trying to understand what you did to piss them off.
The only two things that I can think of is one, when Boston John was goofing on Sarper, I was definitely Team John. That's one thing that could have annoyed them. The other thing was maybe when I posted that thing after the tell-all, and I basically said like this 2 hours of the tell-all just felt like a fucking Sarper Shekinah last resort promo, and I kind of exposed their plot line, and that might have annoyed them too.
Oh yeah, you did say that, but I agreed with you. I co-signed it. That was true. That's literally what they were doing. And actually, that's what Amani blocked me for on TikTok because I said, "Oh, are you mad that your little clout chasing plan didn't work?" And she just blocked me instantly. So I was like, maybe it hit the same nerve with Sarper and Shekinah when you said that because they were like, No, we're so basic and simple that we're already being figured out, but they are basic. Like they're literally basic. Anybody could figure out what they're doing. They're like transparent.
Yeah, but like it is bullshit though. Like and okay, so those are two examples of things that could have annoyed them. But I'll give you two examples of like positive things I've done related to them in the last like week. One is I think it was one of her sister's birthdays, so I wished her happy birthday. That was me being Mr. Positive. And the other thing I did was there was a Sarper on Twitter that was like parading around Twitter, like trying to get DMing fans and stuff. So then I reached out to, I hate to say, Sarper's publicist, and she told me that was not the real Sarper. And then I posted on Twitter and I said, hey, this is a fake Sarper account, which is again me doing a nice thing, calling out a fake Sarper. So that's another positive I did.
You also posted one of his cameos.
But yeah, and I posted a cameo, which is I'm sure generated more cameo purchases.
And on top of that, we discussed in great detail his comedy show.
Yeah, I was probably the first account that posted his first.
Yeah, we talked about it. We brought awareness to it. We were the first ones to talk about the LA show, the one that he did with, the people that mattered. So you know what?
Cummings.
Yeah, you know what? If they want to block you, that's stupid on their part because you're the only one that was actually helping them. Like I know that they have 10 fans. Like I know that there's 10 like actual 10 people out there that like them, but there's actually like 100,000 people that don't. So if they want to continue to make enemies, then that's on them because the majority of people don't like them and think they're fake anyway. So you can go ahead and keep pissing people off because your 10 fans can only go so far, right? That's only going to get you so far.
Yeah, and like, yeah, when I'm sure when I posted the comedy flyer, because I posted the comedy flyer even before he posted the comedy flyer on his own account, and then I'm sure a lot of times when I post something, then all the other blogger accounts kind of just like crib off what I just posted, and then also you also have to let me just put this PSA out there to the 90-day cast members. Like, don't just judge me based on like if you go to my account and you see how many followers I have or whatever, and like don't judge me based on that because like literally my posts like when I post them a lot of times like Screen Rant and a bunch of news outlets all like jump on top of my posts. So it goes way beyond just like my Instagram account, just so y'all know. So
Oh wait, so Pineapple Girl is asking if we watched their Sarah Fraser interview. I didn't. I didn't watch.
I watched like maybe one minute clip off of it, not because I don't like Sarah, but because that was literally the same day I realized they blocked me, so I wasn't really interested in them at that point.
Well, I wouldn't watch an interview with Sarper and Shekinah, but I do want to clarify, like you, I love Sarah Fraser. I think she's a class act. She's an amazing blogger, podcaster. But anything that Shakarper are on, I will pass on it. So I didn't watch it, and I guarantee you nothing in that interview was said that wasn't approved by TLC. So you're not going to get anything that you care about from that interview. Again, no offense to Sarah. Sarah's only doing her job. But I guarantee you, you're going to be at the end of that 90-minute interview or however it was, you're going to leave with zero new information because they're puppets to the network and they're only in it to get another show. And they're only going to tell you what the network tells them to tell you. So it's a waste of time.
Like one thing Sarper said on the Sarah Fraser podcast was that he basically they didn't end up doing the prenup, which just proves the whole prenup thing was just a storyline to make the show interesting.
Oh, well, yeah, they're puppets, right? They will do and say anything that will get them screen time on TV. They have no real issues. They actually get along perfectly fine. The network can, I mean, look at what they did. They let the network make up a scene. I don't even know how accurate this is because it wasn't filmed. She kind of said that he ripped her phone out of her hand and ripped her hair extensions out. It wasn't filmed. They went along with it because the network wanted them to. Did it really happen? Probably not. Right? Probably not. But they're puppets. They will literally do anything that the network tells them to do. They literally are. The network is like, oh, I need you to jump off this building. And they're like, oh, but we don't have a parachute. And Sarper's like, that's cool. That's totally cool. As long as you film it, I'm good. Like, that's literally the type of puppets that they are.
Yeah. And then one thing, though, that was interesting in the cameo of Sarper that I posted, look for it on my Instagram account if you want. But he basically said he and Shekinah are about to go to Utah so Sarper can meet Shekinah's dad for the first time.
Oh, I wonder if that's going to show up on Happily Ever After.
I doubt it because I think her dad has like a track record or some shit.
Wait, what's the track record? What's I'm curious. I don't care for her, so I didn't know what's up with her dad.
Well, the interesting thing too was Amani posted the link. There's a whole article about it, but it's kind of viciously bad, if you know what I mean. I guess I don't want to get into it too much because it's like a dark area, but allegedly, I don't even need to say necessarily allegedly, but I guess like back in the day, he may have abused like Shekinah and her sisters, allegedly.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Are
damn.
you
Then why would you have any communication with
I
your
know.
father?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I didn't expect that. I thought you were gonna say he was racist. That's
Thought
crazy.
you were gonna say like he was in trouble with the law, like for other
Well,
stuff.
he was in trouble with the law because of that, but yeah.
No, but like not that.
That's
Obviously, I
terrible.
thought
Yeah,
other stuff like
there's a whole
stealing a
article.
vehicle, manslaughter, something.
Yeah, there's a whole article about it from back in the day. But
Well, that explains why Amani posted it, because that was very malicious of her to post.
yeah, she posted it and then like she ultimately deleted her story that was linking to the article.
Well, yeah, because again, if you're having a cat fight, that type of information should be left out,
Yeah,
right? Like that's not fair to put that out there about Shekinah, because if that is true, that's a very traumatic thing that she's got to live with for the rest of her life. So yeah, that's not an argument topic, right?
yeah. Okay, well, so when after Imani deleted her story that had a link to that article, then Imani posted a story. I could read it. She says, "I had to take a deep breath and delete my last two stories because I find myself going down to other people's levels and I'm literally living my best life. So I'm not going to do that. I don't mind being the bad guy. Noise is noise." That's what Imani said after she deleted the post linking to it.
Mm. And see that I feel like it's getting out of hand. The two of them, like that's too much. Where you start like attacking, childhood issues and trauma, and like that's where you got to draw the line. And at least she thought about it and was like, you know what,
Mhm.
this is wrong. This crosses the line. This isn't right. And I think that's where a lot of fights they continue when people can't like stop and think about what you're doing and what you're saying and realize this is petty. You
Mhm.
you don't know these people. You don't have to interact with these people. You don't have to do this. You don't have to keep, stooping lower and lower and lower. There should be a class line, right?
Mhm.
That you don't cross. Like you should have a level of class, and you should, no matter what another person does or says, you should stay on the right side of that line.
Yeah. So anyway, so Sarper's about to meet Shekinah's dad for the first time, but yeah, don't expect him to be on TV anytime soon. So
Oh well, yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
then,
Oh, so Pineapple Girl was like, what if it was the network that told them to block you? Because remember, we heard like certain person, the J Canal, was telling people to block you, right? Like, what if they were told, by the network? Do
I
you
don't know,
think?
but then the other thing I was going to mention is like there's probably like no other 90 Day Fiance like blogger, if you want to say influencer, that is able to like post a tweet and then have their like Twitter community like write funny ass responses like clapping on that person. So then I don't know if you saw my Instagram stories of that day, but I like all my Twitter followers that were like, yeah, fuck them, they're whack anyway, and I reposted all those on my Instagram stories, which I thought was pretty hilarious.
I mean, I told you we should just do a "we can't stand them" segment. Like blocking, I don't understand why the cast members feel like they want to block you over something so stupid. Like I really don't understand, because you're a huge outlet for attention and advertising, and you can either embrace it, embrace the fact that somebody is helping you, or you can shy away or block or do whatever they do. I just don't understand. It's like you signed up to be on TV, so that means that you signed up for people to be just talking about you excessively. That's part of the deal, and you had to have wanted that, because I don't think that you would go on a national TV if you're like, I'm a very private person and I don't want people to talk about me. That'd be the opposite of what you want. So when cast members decide, and then there's other bloggers too, so it's like they pick the biggest one and block them, and it's just like I don't know. It's just a weird thing to me.
True. Anyway, yeah, so that's that story. The oh, you know who soft blocked me?
Oh, we're going in this direction again. Who else? Are you having like a
Who,
bad week? Like what is going on that everybody is coming after you this week?
I don't know, but the other person I realized that soft blocked me is Renee, aka Rain, aka Renee.
Wait,
you mean chicken lady?
Yeah.
oh, I haven't heard about her in
Well,
forever. So I'm assuming it's because you didn't entertain her 17-hour
Yeah.
voice note, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah, like yeah, her because she was blowing up my DMs and I really didn't have the mental energy to like respond to her DMs. Though I just so she had soft blocked me and I just checked, she allowed me to refollow her after she soft blocked me.
Oh, so it's not like a grudge because she let you refollow. So
Well,
maybe
okay, so it went from we were following each other to she unfollowed me and soft blocked me, meaning like I don't follow her and she didn't follow me anymore. And then I re-requested her and then she allowed me to follow her, but she never followed me back again. So it was like a soft blocking basically.
so she's waiting for you to come to her.
But
So
yeah, but to answer your question, I'm looking at our DMs. So she had sent me one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. She sent me like eight DMs and four voice notes, and I must have never responded to any of those.
oh
geez,
my God. You should file
that's
a restraining order.
I know that's a lot. That's like a ex-girlfriend and y'all are fighting type situation. Like that's a lot. Like after two DMs and I don't get a response, I stop and I just don't continue to send messages. Like I don't want to seem crazy. So sending that many at once is insane.
Okay, I'm just gonna read you the last DM she sent me. Even though it may be like out of context because it's not the full messages, just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna read the final message she sent me. It says, "So even if people want to say I am insane, they are the ones with the severe issues, as they say, go around harassing others when they don't know for one, and two, if I really did have issues, how dare society harass me and him even use me either way? That to me is a pathetic scammer, an opportunistic a-hole that hides behind religion. Hint, the Apple reference. He's cursed for an eternity."
What?
What?
That was
I
her.
don't get it. I'm so confused.
That
I
was
heard
about
you
shading
talking,
everything.
and it was just like the teacher from Charlie Brown, like blah 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 blah. That was how it sounded like to me.
Yeah, so that was her last rant. That's why, like, at some point I probably checked out because I probably got like 20 of those kind of messages.
Yeah, that's I don't even and what's crazy is she's so irrelevant now. Like no one's talking about it. So no offense, but like whatever she has to say, we're kind of like moved on and we don't care anymore. We're like it's not relevant information. So I know she wants to get it off her chest, but we don't want to hear it. No offense though.
True. So yeah, that's Renee, aka Chicken Lady, but yeah, whatever. Um, okay, speaking of again, Natalie, I guess with Big Mike and Natalie, the latest thing she's peddling on her Instagram account is like she's promoting a new dentist. And I just posted it on my Instagram if you haven't seen the post. And of course, in the post to promote a dentist, she's like talking about a big, beautiful smile, but then she's not smiling in the photo and not showing her teeth, which I found really stupid.
Huh. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, actually.
It's like, why are you going to promote a dentist and not show your
And
smile?
not show your teeth. Yeah, I guess she needed some cash. I mean, whatever. Natalie is like a paid promotion whore at this point.
A
Like she
walking billboard.
yeah, like at this point, if you were selling um used condoms, she would help you sell it. Like at this point, she would literally sell anything. Like she literally will take she reminds me of Shaquille O'Neal when it comes to endorsements. Have you ever turned on the TV and like every commercial is Shaquille O'Neal
Oh my
selling you something?
God. Yes.
Yeah, that's Natalie, right? She will sell you anything. The price is right, right? She will literally take any
Mhm.
handout possible to give you and peddle you whatever they want you to do. So whatever.
By the way, This is totally not related to 90 Day Fiance, and it's actually like sort of political, so we don't have to spend too much time on it. But there's a funny video of that lady, like you probably don't even know who she is, but there's a lady named Laura Loomer, and then so apparently what happened was somebody set up like a fake company, and they sent Laura Loomer like dog food to promote on her podcast, and then so they paid her. I don't know how much they paid her, but they were like, Can you please promote like our product as dog food?" And then they had Laura Loomer like eat the dog food on her show to just prove how good it is and it tastes good. So they had her like
Ugh.
they made a fake company and had her eat dog food on the show.
Whoa, wait. I have like questions though.
Uh,
So who is she? What does she do?
she basically licks Trump's balls.
Oh, so she's like part of the government,
Mm,
or no? Not part of the
not part of
government.
the government. She's just like a right wing, talking head. But she is like influential in that like she'll go to the White House and tell tell Trump what to do in terms of like firing people, and he'll like listen to what she has to say.
Oh, and she eats dog food.
Yeah.
So that's a bit disturbing. So she's advising the president on how to run the country, but she also eats dog food that isn't even like a real company. Yeah, that's a
No
little
offense, but
disturbing.
welcome to America. That sounds about right.
Like
That
I could, it's kind of like I don't want to like derail you from the show, but I'll send you the link and then watch it whenever you can, I guess.
so she didn't. So her people didn't even like make sure that the company was legit, and make sure that they didn't test anything on animal. Like they just took the money and she just did it, like no questions asked.
Yeah, I just sent you the link, but
Oh, you sent it to me. Okay, cool.
it's 1 minute 44 minutes, so you don't have to necessarily watch it now. But yeah, she like eats, or you can watch it on mute or something. But she like eats or watch it on a different device. But she eats like dog food. Oh, it's like a fake company too. But anyway, that's a little side derailment.
That's so embarrassing. Like the fact that, first of all, you shouldn't be eating dog food ever. I don't care like how good it
You know
tastes.
what? I think not that I have it before or anything. I think dog food is healthier than a lot of the processed foods out there.
Mhm. Oh, and then the funny part too is like the guy says he paid her $100 for that post. So for her to eat dog food, it was only $100 charge.
Get the fuck out of here. So
hundred
he,
dollars? I could pay $100 to make this person like eat cat food now.
Yeah.
but isn't she like, doesn't she have a lot of followers? Why is she only charging $100? Oh my god, she's eating it. I'm watching the video. Oh my god. Like not just, and she's eating it with her hands, like she's digging in like it's popcorn. What the hell? And they only,
She has to sell the product to the.
you gotta pay me more than $100 to eat popcorn, and I ain't even like advising the president on nothing. That's just my personal thing. You gotta pay me more than $100 to eat dog food on TV or on video. Like, nah, I am never gonna be at that hard up, down bad. Like, nah, that's crazy.
Sure, I'll post the link. I'm gonna post the link in Patreon.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like she opened it and was digging in like it was caramel corn. Like that's wild. And then she ate some and then dug back in and ate some more. Like if like one was enough, but you dug in like for $100. Like I'm pretty sure Cocco charges people more than that for like feet pictures. Like that's crazy.
True. So the link is in our Patreon. If you're a listener and you aren't subscribed to Patreon, join us so you can get access to all these cool links. So there's that. All right, let's go back to our topics. We're kind of breezing through. Did you see Shawn, aka Burger King guy? He posted a crazy photo of his fucked up eye.
I
Yeah.
did see that briefly, but I don't like medical stuff, so I kind of bypassed that with hopes that you would talk about it.
Well, I didn't see the post that was uncensored.
It's on his page,
All right, I'm gonna go there
on
now.
Inch or something.
Yeah, because oh Jesus.
But
So is it, does he have a glass eye?
apparently, it's like it looks. Oh, I could read you, but it looks bad. But I don't think like the look. I think the looks are deceiving because let me just go through my comment section. Um, he says Shawn posted this. Um, he says, "Good morning. Thank you for the concern. Just wanting everyone to know that I elected to do this new eye technology, and hopefully it will help with an eye condition I have. I'll post next week about my journey and see if it can help others who might suffer from the same thing. Fingers crossed, stay tuned. Um, so that's what he posted. I'm trying to see there's
Well, the video, he doesn't even have a pupil. Like the eye is just white, and then there's like something sticking out of the eye. Like it's bigger than a needle. It kind of looks like a pin. I don't know.
okay, so I'm going through my comment section. Someone in my comment section says, laugh out loud. It's not even bad. He's had eyelid tightening, hence why they had to put the gray cover around his eyeball so the laser doesn't penetrate the eye.
Oh, so that thing that I'm looking at, that's not his eyeball. That's a cover. Ah, okay. Okay, I understand now. So
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
don't know, but I don't know how accurate that is because like there's a response to that comment that says, I had that. They put covering over my entire eye. So yeah, it's still kind of up in there. Oh, and this other person says it's an intraocular eye shield. So
well, regardless, it looks horrible.
yeah.
And to say that he elected it, it's crazy. And I never heard of an eye tightening. Like I don't even know what that means.
Mhm.
But I'm not one to be
Man,
quick.
where's Coco when you need her? She would probably know.
Coco knows all about this stuff. You're right. She would be like, not only do I know what it is, but I've done it. Like that's how Coco is. So yeah, she would at least be able to explain to us what the hell we're looking at because I don't even know what I'm looking at.
True. So anyway, yeah, somebody and this other person says, I got a laser facial and they put those things in my eyes. So yeah, if you're gonna get a laser facial, you're gonna look scary, is the moral of the story, I guess.
A laser facial. I ain't never heard of that. Like that's okay. I
True.
mean, it did look terrible, and I'm glad that you blacked it out because I wasn't really ready. Because even when I went to the page and I was knowing what I was gonna see, it still looked really horrific and scary. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, good job me for pixelating that.
Yeah, sometimes you got to have a trigger warning for just because, you never know what you're going to get or what you're going to see. And I was really happy when IG started blurring stuff first, and then you can decide if you want to unblur it. Because if I could count how many times I saw something I really didn't want to see, it's a lot.
True. So again, it was a fairly light week in terms of 90-day news before we transition into like strip club reviews and see if Lana's around. Were there any 90-day topics I didn't mention?
Mm, not that I know of. No, you're right. It was a very um uneventful week.
Mhm.
I mean, we had the same old Shekinah and Amani going back and forth, but it's tell all week, so that's a given. And then Big Mike and Sarah's baby announcement, and that kind of was it. And oh, they did release some happily ever after little trailers. Did you see any of the happily ever after trailers that they released this week?
If it's new,
It
I
was like
will admit to
Georgie and Darcy.
it.
I think they released a Sarper, no, not Sarper and Shekinah. It was Lauren and Alexi. They released like little 10-15 second clips this week for Happily Ever After. But other than that, that was all we got.
I didn't really see those, but not related to happy. Well, actually, it is related to happily ever after. But I noticed like Gino was he posted a photo in the airport with a fan, like at I assume he was at like Reagan Airport in the DC area. Um, so but what's the deal, Gino? I thought when you're in town, you would let me know so we could meet up for like a photo or something. So apparently he was in town. He didn't let me know.
Isn't this like the second time he did that though?
The first time was more of like
Work.
no, well, the first, yeah, work, but then, well, this is, I'm sure he was doing work this time too, but the first time I don't think he like realized I lived here. But then he also we were trying to meet up. It just didn't work out because he did have to work extra long hours. But this time I think he was back for more filming, I assume, and he didn't let me know. So anyway,
That's kind of messed up, Gino. Like I'm not calling you out, but I'm kind of calling you out. Like if you were in town, you could have at least like got a drink with Shabooty, right? Like I feel like you can always make time. You can take 10 minutes, right? Like just 10 minutes.
yeah, I'm the dude that supports you in your fight versus Jasmine and her like henchwomen.
I feel like we're in full armor against Jasmine for Gino. Like I feel like we're on the front lines fighting this war, and we've always been Team Gino. So I feel like if he was that close, I feel like he could have at least been like, "Hey, I only got like 18 minutes, but do you want to like take a picture and have a drink?" Like he could have at least did that, you know?
True. So yeah, hopefully if I meet up with like Mark, then I'll have like a new photo to like pin on my Instagram with another cast member because I'm in a little bit of a drought in terms of like taking a photo with a 90-day cast member. So like it's about time that happens again.
Well, you can
Yes.
always come to Vancouver and take a picture with Debbie.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Debbie is like very accessible in that area. She's always out and about. It's funny because I feel like nobody really is looking for her there. It's wait, Gina, do y'all get 90 Day Fiance in Canada or no? You can't watch it there, can you?
No, my parents just don't want to pay for the extra cable charges because it's about $100. So
Oh, but you could watch it though.
yeah, no, I watch it on an IPTV. We have an IPTV, so I watch it on my IPTV. I watch it on the IPTV, so I can
What
catch
the
it
hell is
there.
that? Well, what the hell is that? What's an IPTV?
You don't know what an IPTV is?
No, Shabooty, do you know what that is? I don't know. I don't know what that
I've
is.
I've heard of it, but I wouldn't be able to explain it.
So basically, you buy what like an Android box, and on the Android box, you put like a website in, like that's a paid like you pay for this website, right? It's actually my cousin's nephew that does that, all of that, and we send him PayPal, like a PayPal amount. And it's like $110 for the year. We got like a whole bunch of Portuguese channels, American channels, Canadian channels, uh, and so you can like live stream like just about like a lot of channels basically, and you can watch live TV for like $100 or whatever.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I didn't know anything about that.
True. So
So like I'll be watching soccer games or like different like pay-per-view events or whatever that like it will show it on there. As long as you know what channel it's on, then you can get it. Like you'll be able to watch it.
true.
Interesting, interesting. It's weird because I feel like Canada is basically the United States, but y'all have like such weird like laws and TV and time zones and stuff that it's very confusing.
What the hell? Time zones? You have some of the same. Okay, Toronto is the same time zone as New York. Like LA is the same time zone as me and Las Vegas. And then you have Alberta, which is an hour ahead. It goes hour by hour by hour. What is wrong? What do you mean time zones? It's the same
I don't know.
time zones.
I feel like y'all have too many time zones if I'm just being honest. Like the country is like very small number wise, but there's like 100 time zones. I feel like it's much it's a little much. It's really confusing and you never know what time it is there because there's like 100 time zones.
True. So Gina, send me strip club reviews, I think. You have
I'm
them.
just, I do. I'm just baffled with this time zone conversation.
I mean, I didn't mean to like ruffle any feathers. I just think y'all have.
You're not bothering me. I just thought it was funny. And I know you say you're not really into geography, but I'm going to have to send you a map.
Well, the US is like we have like 300 and something million people, so we have a lot of time zones. Y'all have like 75 people. Why do y'all have 100 time zones? Like that's weird to
Do
me.
you mean area codes or do you specifically mean like
I
time
mean
zones?
time zones. Because y'all have like 8 people in the whole country. Why do y'all all need a different time zone? It's like really weird to me. It's just weird.
That would be asking like, why does Lana have a different time zone than you?
Well, it
We're
makes sense though because there's hundreds of millions of people here. We have to separate the time zones.
Oh my God.
It's I'm just
Okay.
saying. I'm just saying.
That's
True.
why I'm like, are you getting area codes and time zones confused? Because I think you
No, no. I know what area codes are. Time zones are different.
Like Gina, before I read these, did that one I send you, was it fruitful?
yes, and that's the
Wait,
one that
what? Oh, I don't get it. So we'll get to that. I don't get it.
What I'm saying like because I sent her a strip club for strip club reviews, but I didn't screen it. So I was curious if it was my suggestion was fruitful overall.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember we submitted strip club suggestions in the group chat. So I'm curious to hear how this turned out because I know we were talking about that earlier in the week.
Yeah, and then fun fact, I think I know a chick that dances at this one.
Wha-
Wait, you
No
know a stripper
surprise.
that dances at this club? Wait, you have stripper friends? Like
Okay.
now I have follow-up questions. Now, like you have stripper
No,
friends?
no, no. Here's the funny part. The funny part is some chick that I like. This is like I don't know how many years ago, like at least a decade ago, like 10 years. I don't know. Let's say 10 years. It could be longer, but it was a chick I went out with like once or twice, maybe. Who at that time she wasn't, and then now I saw recently that she was at this place.
Oh, so when you went out with her, she was not a stripper.
Right.
Did she do something like really lame, like work at an office or something, or like was she fun?
I think when I went out with her, I can't remember if she had a kid at that time or not, but at some point, I don't know if it was when I knew her or it was afterwards, but at some point she was like a single mom. But
Oh, but she somehow got fun after y'all broke up.
I think she was always fun.
Oh, she was always fun. Oh, okay, okay. Because I was like, wouldn't it suck if you dated her while she was in like college and boring, and then like you break up with her, and then all of a sudden she's like a stripper and she's living her best life? I would feel like I got the short end of the stick.
Yeah, but well, I don't want to like badmouth her, but in terms of present day, but it ain't like she's let's just say she's no Sports Illustrated caliber.
Oh, so she would dance at. Wait, what was the one with the ear?
Oh, Mouse's ear.
She would dance at the Mouse's Ear where there's like 69-year-old dancers and there's like an old rotting lady in the back by the bar.
Well, I don't think Mouse's ear was the one with the rotting lady, but yeah,
Wait, Gina, which was the one with the old rotting lady behind the counter?
that was the one
Um,
in Pennsylvania, right?
I thought that was the
yeah,
Mouse's Ear. That wasn't the
No,
Mouse's
Mouse's
Ear?
ear was the one that I went to in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, that was when in Tennessee. Okay, okay, okay. You're right.
that Susie's Lounge.
Susie's
That's the
Lounge.
one
And
with
I
the
think,
whole
Because remember, it had like the stairs, and you're like, why is there stairs up there? There's no door. And then we
and
discovered that there was a
yeah,
door.
there was a door. There's like a door where they keep like hostages in the top or whatever.
thing.
Yeah, because
No, that's where they keep the strippers in training that look like albinos.
oh yeah, yeah. That was funny.
It was either like the stairs were either like VIP or like a jail cell.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. They're like hostages. They're like that's where they lock people up that they don't want to get away. Like, I don't know. That whole strip club was crazy though. The setup, everything about it was crazy. So I'm interested in seeing where we're going tonight and what we're going to experience in this new strip club.
Yeah, okay, so this one technically I guess is local to me, meaning like it's not impossibly far. Do you want me to see? Well, I don't know, I don't want to say exact, but it's not super. Let's just say it's an hour. Let's just say it's an hour away from me or something.
But you have not been to it.
No, I've never been to it, and just the name of it makes it sound lame. But
Oh. Okay. What's okay, so what's the name of it?
okay, so the name is Christina's Female Review, Revue.
Oh. Yeah, it does sound like it's not the best strip club out there. It's not on the Vegas Strip.
Okay, so y'all ready for the reviews?
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
I haven't read these, but actually, I might have read one or two before I sent it to Gina. But overall, I haven't read what she selected. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold your laughter till the end. Okay. 1 star review from Money Man. It says, "Sucks. The bartenders and dancers are rude. The club is overrun with wiggers." 1 star.
Oh my God.
With a W. Wiggers with a W.
Whoa, I haven't heard that
What's a
word.
It's a wannabe. It's like a white boy that wants to be black.
Yeah, Gina, I
Okay,
haven't
thank you. I was just like, what is that? And I
I
think
haven't
now it's coming
heard
back to
that.
me.
Jeez, man, I haven't heard that since I was in like school. Like no
I
one
think
uses that word anymore.
no, I think the last time I heard that, I'm like, is that what I think it means?
Yeah.
Was Eminem days. Like when he
Oh
was
my God,
like,
yeah, that's about the same time. Yeah, you're right. It was when Eminem was like popping when he was still new.
yeah.
Yeah, true. Okay, let's keep the show rolling. This is a 1-star review from What Playa, and then this says, "This club sucks. It always smells like vomit. Really, it does. Employees, don't lie to yourselves." 1 star.
It smells like vomit, but like, why? Who's vomiting in this strip club so regularly? Like, I've like now that leaves me with follow-up questions. Like, do they serve food that makes people throw up everywhere? Like, now I have questions.
Hmm. Okay, here's a 2-star review. It says disappoint. The username is disappointed. I agree. This bar is trash. While I was there, the dancers were arguing with each other at the bar in front of everyone. The nighttime lineup is horrible. Pardon me, the girls are either way too skinny or dance for shit, and one of the girls looks way under. I'm sorry, and one of the girls looks way underage. If you like trash, this club is for you. 2 stars.
Jesus. Okay. I love that they gave it 2 stars still though, because you could have just said one. I'm just gonna say that you could have. What they described to me was 1 star, but they still
Yeah,
gave it two.
exactly. 1 star, one sentence review from username Dust. If you like dealers and fights, this is your best bet.
Dealers like drug dealers?
Allegedly, drug dealers and people.
Yes.
Allegedly. Oh, I mean, that sounds like a spot where you can go see naked girls and get some drugs. That sounds like a spot. It makes sense.
True. Okay, here's a 1-star review from username Don't Go. It says the girls are nasty. 1 star. Here's a 1 star from DJ. It says if you need drugs, this is the place to go. All the drug dealers hang out there, and half the girls are selling the drugs for them. Vice needs to check this place out. Nasty, ugly girls. 1 star.
Hey, jeez. Well, that makes sense. The girls are selling drugs because, it streamlines the process so the drug dealer doesn't have to approach anyone. So I get it.
True. Okay, 1 star review. It says from username What a Dump. It says this place. It says this place sucks and the women are fugly. 1 star. Here's a 1 star review from username Ew Ew Ew. They say, "Ew, junkies, get some real sized women." 1 star. Here's a 1 star review from Marty. It says, "Little dumpy place with below average dancers." 1 star. Um, Here's a 1 star review from April. "Oh my God, my expectations were low and the place was worse than I expected." 1 star.
That's funny.
Okay. Here's a 2-star review from Charles. It says, the dancers were not very energetic and lacked pole work. 2 stars. Um,
Oh, still a 2 star though.
this one's from Chad. 1 star. This place is a dumpster fire of a gentleman's club. The dancers beg customers. This is my favorite. Let me read it again from the beginning. This place is a dumpster fire of a gentleman's club, quote unquote. The dancers, quote unquote, beg customers for chicken wings. 1 star.
Wait. So wait, you go in there and you order your chicken wings, and the girls come around to your table, and instead of asking you to buy a lap dance, they ask you for chicken wings.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. They must have some good fucking wings, right? Like that's because usually the girls ain't worried about anything but money.
Mm.
They're trying to get some chicken wings.
Or there's some like hungry ass big girls in there.
Or yeah, there's some hefty girls that are just hungry and they dance for chicken, right?
Yeah. And I guess that
Oh
was,
my God, that reminds me of that song in the 90s, that commercial, the I feel like chicken tonight. Like, and they're actually like dancing, if you guys remember, or is it just me?
Wait, is that a shake and bake commercial?
Hold on. I will
Remember the
set,
shake and bake chicken? And I
yeah,
thought that's what I was thinking about. Like I feel like chicken tonight, but I could be wrong though, because this was a long time ago.
mhm.
yes.
Oh yeah, Amberlee's like, I love you, chicken.
Oh my God, and he's not even on it. Don't toy with my emotions, Amberlee.
Mhm.
Chicken
Oh,
tonight was a jar of sauce that you added to any chicken. Oh, see, I'm wrong. I'm
yes,
wrong. It's
yeah.
not.
I'll
It's not.
I'll post it. I'll post it on the Patreon.
I remember the commercial though, because it had that song and they were like singing it. But yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
remember what type of chicken it was.
True. So yeah, I think that was all the reviews for this place. I don't know if we don't have to do it tonight, but there was that club in Baltimore we should do the reviews of too that I sent you, Gina. But
Okay. Yeah, I think I know which one oh shit.
it was
Sorry. I was calling someone by accident.
there was a players club wagon wheel, but I guess that could be for a future show. Uh,
Yeah.
true.
Oh,
Okay, let's see. Let's see if Lana's around. And yeah, I guess Triple X Beast hasn't gotten around to the last dingy one we just read.
I feel like he would like it. Every time people don't like a place, he finds something good in
he
it.
loves it.
Yeah,
The
remember the
Lido
one place
Lounge.
where he said you had to go to the food truck out front? Remember, like, and everybody said that they
The
were
one
like,
in Arkansas.
yeah, and they were like, oh, you'll get food poisoning. It's disgusting. And he was like, you need to go up there and get you some chicken from the chicken joint out front.
L-
Like
Turkey legs or something.
yeah, and I was like,
Lou's
he
Lou's gut
always finds
truck.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, like he always finds the best about the worst places. So I was like, that's why I need to hear his review of a place before I determine if it's actually a garbage shithole or not. Because everybody will say it's a shithole, and then he will be like, 5 stars. You need to go there. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. So then I have to check it out.
And yeah, Pineapple Girl, he never responded to my DMs, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's very, very disheartening to know that the king of strip clubs will not respond to the king of tea. Like, can you imagine, like the respect? Like, he's the king of his craft. You're the king of your craft. Like, you feel like he would respond to you just out of respect for the court. You know, like what you do and what he does, y'all. There should be some mutual respect. So I'm a little disappointed that he hasn't responded.
It
True.
it is what it is. We can't hold that against him.
Well,
So
no, it doesn't take away the fact that he's the king of what he does,
no.
and he's a master of words. Like, I've never read a review that sounded so Shakespearean until I had heard a review from XXX Beast. Like, he really knows how to put strip club knowledge into words, and it's a gift, and it should be put in museums. The things that he writes should be put in museums.
Yeah, you should do like a coffee table book or something.
Oh yeah, I would totally buy it. It'll just be like XXX Beast memoirs of a topless bar, right? Like, I would totally buy that.
Right.
My memories at the strip club reviews.
All right, you want to talk to Lana real quick?
Hi
Lana,
guys.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
How's our favorite neighborhood watcher?
Right? Hey, it's been
Neighborhood
pretty quiet here
creeper.
for the week. It's been pretty damn quiet.
Oh, Lana, I have to tell you, I was watching Love Island and I saw a representation from Fresno.
Yes, did
Yeah,
you see that?
I did, and he said it. He, he was telling the
Love I.
girl. She was like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "I'm from this little tiny place called Fresno." And I was like, "I know you're not talking about Fresno. I know you're not talking about Fresno. We
That's
all know about
right.
Fresno."
I was like, Fresno be everywhere, damn it.
It was all up on the show, and I was like, "I'm so happy to see Fresno making a representation that doesn't involve a gunfight."
That's right. And you know what's even more funny is I read something today saying that he was telling all the islanders or the people on the show that he was from LA.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was he lying? Because no, he did say tonight. Gina, didn't he say tonight that he was from Fresno when what's her name asked him?
He was originally from Fresno, but he lives in LA.
Okay, yeah, because
Oh,
he did
okay.
say it
That's
because
what it is.
he was like, I'm from a little town called Fresno in California. And I
Fresno.
was like, little?
So,
I was like,
no offense to Lana, but when someone says they're from Fresno, is that on reality TV? Is that considered a red flag or what?
No, I love it because I'm like, oh, they got one of our crazy asses on there. Okay, I'm watching that.
well, it was Lana, I'm pretty sure when it happened, it was all over the news, right? Because I remember when I used to live in Ohio, whenever anybody like on American Idol was from Ohio, it was all over because they were like, "Oh my God, look."
Right.
So I know like that small, like if you're not LA, New York, or Atlanta, or the big cities, whenever something like that happens, it's a huge deal. So they were all over the news, and they're like, "Look, one of our own is on America or on The Voice or whatever." So I was like, I know everybody in Fresno is talking about him right now.
Yeah, that's so true. I seen it online. I seen it on our local news is ABC 30. I seen it on there. So I'm like, yeah, this guy, he's out there now.
He putting y'all on the map. That's what he doing. He's making
Yes,
sure
he
everybody
did.
know Fresno
Well,
ain't playing.
what's his? Oh, you know Leon Robinson from Five Heartbeats.
Oh yeah.
Well, I had messaged him one time because he was talking about, he's a Robinson. I'm a Robinson. That's my original last name. And so I messaged him one day and asked him, hey, do you happen to know any Robinsons in Fresno, California? And he messaged me back and said, yes, I do.
He messaged you back?
Yes.
So wait, is he related to you?
I don't know. It was the strangest thing. When he messaged me back, I was so freaking excited. I started sending it to all my family, like, look, he messaged me back. Oh my God, But yeah, he said I don't know if he has relatives here in Fresno with the last name Robinson or what, but he told me he definitely knew people in Fresno, California.
See, you might be related to him.
Yeah, that was so crazy. When he said that, I was like, wow. It started making me think of all my Robinson cousins and family. And because I know I have some that play ball and do different things that I don't really know, like my cousin's kids and that type of thing, But yeah, it was so weird when he messaged me back and said, yeah, I do know people in Fresno, California. I was like, wait, what? No, I asked him if he was related to people in Fresno, California. And he said, yes.
Are you related to Shawn Robinson?
I don't know. Every Robinson on TV, I always think about though. My grandmother used to tell me all the time we were related to Smokey Robinson. We were related to Jackie Robinson, the baseball player. I mean, that's things I used to hear from grandma.
But wait, are Smokey and Jackie actually related though?
No.
Yeah, because I don't think you could be related to both, because I don't think they were actually related.
Yeah,
but you might be related to one of them. Wasn't Jackie from somewhere out there in California, or am I wrong?
I'm really not too sure. I'm not really a huge baseball fan, so I'm really not sure.
I thought Smokey was from Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. And I know Shawn Robinson, she's from Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I don't know if you related to her or not. She's not the cream of the crop, but we still love Shawn around here.
Yes, we do.
She's still good.
We do. We'll love her on everything else.
Yeah, we love her. We don't hate on her.
Yeah.
So Lana, there wasn't any like neighborhood gossip this week, and no Airbnb disasters.
Not really disasters, but I had a weird thing happen to me today. I got a call saying that one of the guests said his key fob, the batteries had went dead, and he couldn't get in his unit, but he was at work, so he gave us permission to go in. So she was like, Lana, you want to go handle that real quick? I was like, sure, I got it, So I go and I open the storage, get the new batteries out, and I go and unlock the code and go inside to change the batteries. Talk about dumb ass of the day. This damn dude, as soon as I open the door, on the coffee table, right in front of me, is all his drug paraphernalia.
Like,
wait, what?
Yes. I mean, everything, like all his pipes, his marijuana, his, I don't know if that was his little cocaine glass tray or whatever the hell. All his shit was laid out bare. And I'm like, how fucking dumb can you be? You give us permission to come in your unit, and then that's the first thing I see when I open the door.
Oh.
But wait, did you have to call? Like, what do you do in that situation?
I didn't report him. I'm not a snitch.
Oh, so you ain't no snitch?
No.
So
like, was it quantities for like multiple people or just one person quantity?
One person. You can tell he literally pushed the coffee table towards him on the couch and lays out all his drug stuff. I mean, it was everywhere. And you know what? I got to tell you guys this. This is the fucking weirdest thing. I took a picture of it because I go, I'm just going to take it for my own shit, And do you know I can't find that fucking picture in my phone?
Wait, that's weird.
It's so fucking weird.
Picture, and then the picture disappeared?
I just sat here for 20 minutes going through my phone, and I know goddamn well I took that picture and I looked at the picture.
Maybe you accidentally deleted it, but like you could check what.
I went through my deleted photos.
Wow.
It's the strangest thing. I swear, as God is my witness, I took a picture of that because I was like, you know what? I'm still going to document it. I'm still going to document it, but I just won't tell on him, you know?
Well, next time you got to take a photo and then immediately send it to us.
Exactly. Oh, I wanted to show you guys that so bad. I was like, you talk about stupid award of the day. It definitely goes to that dude.
Yeah, no, that's the kind of shit we like to see as far as Airbnb stories.
Yes, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I thought I was saying things. I go, nobody's this dumb. Nobody is this dumb. You know, I'm
Oh,
like, he
Lana,
knows the
you'd be
key fob is the front.
surprised.
Yeah, he knows the key fob is the front door that needs to be changed. And you're going to leave everything right there as soon as, because it's only a 1-bedroom little unit, very small. So as soon as you open the door, the first thing you see is the couch and the coffee table.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I see and I walked right straight up to it because I was like, wait a minute. And I'm looking back and forth like, what a dumbass. I was like, wow, when he knows the rules of Airbnb. And I still didn't snitch on him. I didn't snitch on him. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let him be, you know?
Well,
I didn't want to get him in trouble. And then too, some stuff had got delivered to one of the other units and it said it was from the military. And so I was like, okay, there was a lady that stayed there. There was no men there. So I called it in to my manager and sent her a picture. And she told me, oh, that's the guy that's in the unit 582. Well, that's where I was just at, you know, where I had changed the batteries in the key fob. So I looked at them and they both said from the military and I knew they were important. So I messaged her and told her, let him know I'm going back in his unit to put his packages. So I did. I went back in there and I set him right on the coffee table where all his drug shit was. So he would know I seen that.
Wait, the druggy guy was a military guy?
Yes.
how is that possible? I'm pretty sure they drug test in the military.
You know what? One package was very thin and it felt to me like it might have been a metal of some kind.
Also, maybe he's discharged.
Yeah. And then the other one was just a square type package, but they were both from the same place, some military place in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting. This is very interesting.
Yes, it was. Because then I really thought, okay, I'm not going to snitch on him. I don't know what that man's
if
been
you're
through, you know?
active in the military, you get drug tested. But if he's been discharged, you might have to do some drugs after you get out of the military because they be seeing some shit in there.
Right.
So like if he's discharged, then that's just how he live now. You know, because the stuff they be seeing in the army and in the military, that's not regular stuff. They got to be medicated when they come out of there.
Exactly. I agree. And then that really just confirmed it for me. I go, I'm not going to snitch on this guy. I'm going to let him be.
Well, see, that's how I am. I'm not a snitch. Like,
right.
You know, because you know how I don't know what I was watching, but somebody got arrested and it was a group of them. And then one of them just started singing like a damn bird. And I was like, see, this is the problem. When y'all get caught, y'all just want to be snitching on people. Like, I ain't no snitch.
Yeah, me neither.
Snitch like a canary.
I know. And it's like, I hate that. It's like, if it doesn't involve me, I'm going to mind my own damn business.
Me too.
Right?
Me too. That's exactly how I was raised. Mind your own business.
If nobody is hurt and needs help, I'm going to mind my own business. You know what I'm saying? Here. Like, I'm going to mind my own business.
Shit, when I was a kid, we couldn't even be in the house when the grown-ups were talking. They sent our ass outside.
Well, yeah, because I was grown folks' conversation.
That's right.
Exactly. So, yeah, unless me saying something would save somebody's life, right? I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna mind mine, you know?
And that's exactly what I did. And I noticed when I walked out the door on the side of the porch was a couple of beer cans. I guess he sat out there and drank them and just threw them right there. So I was like, oh, this guy's been through it.
Throwing beer cans out the door?
Yes. They were literally on the side of the porch, just on there's like rocks, gravel type decorations out there. And they were just laid, thrown on top of those.
You're right. He's seen some things.
He's seen some things.
Yeah, he's seen some things because I was like, he's gonna eventually get banned from Airbnb.
Yes, because you can tell he don't give a fuck.
He really don't. You're right. He really don't. He's like, because who throws their beer cans out the front door? Like,
who allows somebody in your door when you know you got all this drug shit right there? Who does that? Someone that don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, he looks at it as nothing worse can happen to me than already has, and he just don't care.
Yep, that's true. That's so true. He just don't damn care. But
He's
he's
hit
lucky
rock
because he got
bottom.
the right one here today, because this one didn't tell on him.
Well, yeah, it could have went left. It could have been
Yes.
somebody else, and they could have called the cops, and they
Yeah,
could have
and he's
made.
a long-term guest. He's been in that unit for 2 months.
Oh.
Wait, is that normal? Do people normally stay like that long?
Yes.
Wait, so
Some
wait.
stay. I just had a guest. I had to go check a unit where the guests were 5 months there.
So wait, people are taking long or short-term rentals and turn them into long-term rentals.
Yes.
I didn't
And you know
realize
what
that.
it is? It's mostly travel nurses, people coming into town for work, that type of thing. Like their
Or
companies
like
send them here, the
student,
companies pay
or
for
like
it.
people, or like student visas, or like
Yes.
temporary visas. Yeah, there's a
Yesterday
lot
I
of
had 2 teachers that were sent here that stayed for 3 months.
True.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, but do y'all give them like different rates from like daily people, or it doesn't matter?
You know, I'm not sure, but I know they're making fucking bank. I know that.
Well, I know
Well,
for a fact.
I've seen before with like the longer term rentals versus a daily rate versus a longer term, it's a little bit cheaper, but like compared to a daily rate. So
Right.
like on many Airbnbs. So it's not much,
But I bet what
him,
they pay for that 1-bedroom little unit for the month, I bet it's more than my mortgage.
Well, yeah. I know that if you rent an Airbnb for a month, I think somebody said that it's 3 or 4 times the mortgage on the house. That's
Yes,
why
I believe it.
so many investors, they don't buy commercial property, they buy rental Airbnb property, because say for instance the mortgage is $2,200 a month. If they Airbnb it out only 25 days out of the 30 days, they're going to make 3 times that $2,200.
Yes.
So
Hell
they're
yeah.
pocketing that. Exactly. So it literally pays for itself. It's all
And
profit.
they have 5 units there. There's 5 1-bedroom units there. So they make a lot of money.
Oh yeah. It's and because that's a lot of people were telling me, they were like, oh, you should get into this real estate that I'm doing. They're like, you buy like a cluster of townhomes or apartment building, and you don't rent it to people, you Airbnb it. And they were like, you're
Right.
gonna make 3 or 4 times your
Yes.
yearly mortgage plus. And they were like, and then you just pocket everything. They're like, you're never gonna make a single payment on that property because it pays for itself and it pays you on top of it. And it's true.
Yes.
It's literally true.
My niece literally moved out of her beautiful home and moved to an apartment. Well, a nice apartment, but moved to an apartment and Airbnb'd it. It did so well. She got another Airbnb here, and that did so well. Now she has a beautiful one in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful Airbnb in Vegas. Pool, jacuzzi, the whole works.
True. Yeah. The only thing is with Airbnb, you got to have a Lana there to go clean. If there's any like jizz condoms around, you need somebody to take care of that.
Exactly. I tell you what,
Yeah.
though, the jizz condoms, I definitely sent those pictures in because that was fucking disgusting and gross.
Mhm.
But the guy with all the dope shit all over the table, he's good shit. Live your life, homie. You're out. If you're out now, live your life.
True. All right. Well, I think we hit all of our topics. I guess the final note I want to make is Jenny from Toronto, if you're listening to this, we hope to have you on the podcast again in the future. I know you kind of got a little skittish, but we were dying to have you back. So Jenny from Toronto, if you're listening, this is a shout out to you. We want to have you back on the air. We miss you.
Yes, Jenny, you're our girl. We need your stories. You make us laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you're ready to come back, we ready for you. We ready.
Yeah, even Sophia, the stripper, said, the chemistry with Jenny on here was amazing. So hopefully Jenny misses us and decides to come back because we miss her.
We do.
yes, my Canadian queen.
True. And I don't know what's up with Captain Picard, but hopefully we hear from her soon.
Yeah, I thought she would have been back in town, but I haven't seen her tweeting, so I'm assuming she's not back in town. Oh, and I did want to say, we're still trying to get Shabooty on board to watching Love Island. We haven't given up.
No, we will not.
It's been difficult though because he's very resistant.
Yeah, well,
to it.
I hate to give free promo to Netflix, but I have to watch the new season of Squid
Games.
Yeah, I do too. You're right. I know.
I do too, but
It's funny because Gina and I both were saying we feel like Shabooty would really like this show.
Oh
because
yeah,
it's
Love
very
Island is more drama than 90 Days.
I know, but it's so memeable, and I feel like Shabooty would be right in his element.
Yeah, I did see the one. It was a viral meme that everyone and their mother probably saw. The one where, so I guess the guy was talking to Huda. He was like, "Mama," he's like, "Mamacita" or some shit.
Yeah. Mama. Yeah. And then he's
Oh
like,
wait,
Mamacita?
wasn't that Nick? Wasn't that Nick who said
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
It
that
was
was
Nick.
She was like, "No,
Yes.
I'm really a mom."
I'm a mommy.
And he was like,
Mamacita?
yeah, he's like a mamacita. You mean like a mom of a dog? And he's
A
like, what do
dog?
you mean? She was like, or he's like, wait, you mean a mom of a human being? And I was like, this is the most memeable shit I've ever came across.
Yeah, that's how you know it's a good show when they have like memes that cross over in the internet to people that don't even watch it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. The stuff that happens. That's why we're not gonna give up. We're gonna try to get him to
We're gonna keep trying.
Yeah, and we're gonna try to get him on the podcast with us so he can be on it. Because I know Gina and I were like, man, it would be even more funny if Shabooty would do it with us, but we can't get him to commit to it. We can't get him to commit.
Shabooty and Captain, they would have a field day with a lot of these characters, man. Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, Peacock. If you listen to this, just send us like a cake that says Shabooty on it from Peacock, and I'll start watching.
I will send you the cake that says
Yeah,
Peacock.
that is how they get their minions. They send them cakes.
I will send you a cake.
I want a Peacock cake, and I'll start watching immediately.
I will send you a cake, but the girls are okay. I have to say, the girls are so much more gorgeous than the guys are. My goodness.
The guys are very goofy.
Yeah.
Like goofy, weird guys. But the girls, it's like insane how good looking
they're insanely hot.
Insanely hot. They're beautiful girls.
Like
it's not any of that plastic Shekinah shit you're getting on 90 Day. It's like they look way better.
They do.
Lana, this is the first season you've watched or what?
No, I've watched Love Island since it started.
Okay.
See,
there
I
you
watched it
go.
every season.
We're the only ones that weren't watching it, Shabooty. We're like the only
No, but
people.
you know the funny part is before this season started, I told y'all like, yo, this shit's about to blow up. Like
you did. Actually,
Yeah,
you did.
You did.
Yeah.
Yep. That is true. You said, hey, this Love Island show is about to be huge. You were like, I wonder if we should be watching that. That's exactly what you said. So you kind of predicted what was going to happen. And there's a guy, he was on the show for 3 episodes, Shabooty. He has 500,000 followers now.
What?
Wow.
Yes.
His name is Jalen. He was on for Gina 3 episodes, right?
Yes, that's correct.
They kicked him right out, and he came home to 500,000 followers. That's how big this show is.
Yeah, it's big.
Like what this reminds me of, and I think I've said this in the past on the podcast, but like, I don't know what that was.
That was not me. I don't have that in my house.
Lana, I'm gonna mute.
Nope.
I think it was me. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway, real quick, yeah, the thing I said in the past was like, I was like, as far as being I know it's a cheesy word like influencer, but I was like a Howard Stern influencer. But then the Howard Stern show kind of like died out in terms of popularity, and then like my influence waned as a result. And then when I started doing like 90 Day Fiance shit, that was during probably around the COVID times. So then all of a sudden my influence blew up because 90 Day Fiance was getting super popular and stuff. And then all of a sudden I had a resurgence because I switched up what show I was talking about. So I'm sure in the same vein, it's like, oh, well, if the most popular show is Love Island, and then I switch my influencing to Love Island, I'm sure it'll be another resurgence. So, yeah.
Well, this show, it's taken on a life of its own. It's like, it's a universe.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we want you to get on board. And it's actually hilarious. Like, you would actually be in your element because it's just memeable. They say and do strange things. And it's like cringy as hell. So I know that you would be in your element.
True. So, yeah, I know it's on the table. Hopefully it's on the table like Lana's drugs. So I guess this is all about taking it now.
It's
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you can't watch it once it's over because then it's
And
just
then
like, oh, it's
it's
over.
over, yeah. And then the next season isn't going to be till the fall, right? Or what? Or is it next
I
year?
think it's I think it's only next once a year.
Yeah, I think it's once a year because they do a UK version of the show too. So when the American one is off, the UK one is on.
Hmm. True. Well, yeah. Anyway, yeah. I guess I have homework, but we'll see. We'll see. The last thing I don't know. I'm one of those people I hate when the fact it's like 6 shows a week is like a lot, but we'll see.
It's not. That's what George thought too. What was your initial thought, George, at first? Oh, that's a commitment.
Oh, it was. I said it was a commitment, but once you get caught up and it's just one like hour long or 40-minute one a day, it's not bad and it goes by really quick. A lot of the show is them playing a remixed version of a song and then people looking at the camera. So it's not even anything like happening. So it's not even that bad.
True. All right. Well, on that note, I think we got to end this episode of 90 Day Fiance Fridays.
Oh, it's over.
True.
Well, yeah, hopefully next week we'll have Captain back when she gets her ass back into the country because she's been out of the country for a while now.
She's been trying to find Johan for us.
Which she hasn't even checked back in, but I think it's because she doesn't have any Wi-Fi. Her pussy does not have Wi-Fi, guys.
True. That's a 90-day reference.
90 day, yeah. That goes a little
Yeah.
way back to the little N-word user back in the day.
Mhm.
True. All right. Well, I guess I'll do my outro. Thank you everyone for listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on
Friday, because it's my
Friday.
birthday.
Peace out. Talk to you Sunday.
Peace out. Bye.
Good night, guys. Bye.